In the previous lecture, we have understood about the nested loops, the concept of nested loops, whereby we understood that there is an outer loop and there is an inner loop, and for each iteration of the outer loop, inner loop is executed some specified number of times as per the requirement.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
Within this project while loop, I have created a Python file while2, and this is the, in order to save the time, I have already typed the program. Now first let me show you the output of the program so that you are able to see what we are actually trying to achieve. Control Shift F10. This is our output. As you can see, in the first row 1 is printed one time, 2 is getting printed 2 times, 3 is in the third row. In the third row 3 is getting printed 3 times. In the fourth row 4 is getting printed 4 times, and in the fifth row 5 is getting printed 5 times. Now see, when we will move from first row to second, third, fourth, fifth, this will constitute your outer loop. Moving from one row to another will constitute your outer loop. And when we will be in any iteration of the outer loop, we will be executing inner loop for some specified number of times. For example, when we are in the first iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop is getting executed once. When we are in the second iteration of the, that means when we are in the second row, when we are in the second iteration of the outer loop, we are executing the inner loop 2 times. When we are at the third iteration of the outer loop, that is at the third row, we are executing our inner loop 3 times. Similarly, for the fourth iteration of the outer loop, inner loop is getting executed 4 times. And similarly, in the last row, fifth row, for the fifth iteration of the outer loop, inner loop is getting executed 5 times. So by seeing this, now you can understand the logic clearly. For outer loop, I have taken a variable I, which is initialized with 1. For inner loop, I have taken a variable j. Again, it has been initialized with 1. The first number of rows are 5. So I have written while I is less than or equal to 5. Now see, from the indentation, you can see that this while belongs to the outer while, right? This is outer loop. This is your outer loop, and clearly this is your inner loop. So this inner loop belongs to the outer loop, while j is less than or equal to I. So why I have written this? As you have seen in the output, the number of times the number of columns are equal to the number of the value of the row. I is representing the value of the row, j is representing the number of columns. For example, for the first time, the condition of outer loop will be true, I is less than or equal to 5. Condition is true because I is only 1, j is 1, j is less than or equal to I, j is 1, I is also 1. So condition is true. It will come down to this statement, I, the value of I will be printed, that is 1. Then j is equal to j plus 1 will make the value of j 2. Now inner loop will be exhausting first. So value of j is now 2. It will go up at the beginning of the inner loop, and it will check whether condition is true or false. Condition is false because value of j has become 2 and that of I is 1. Loop will break. So what has happened is, see carefully, this 1 has been printed. Now we want to switch to the next row. So I will come to this place. You can clearly see that these 3 statements, they belong to the outer loop. That is why you can check it out with the indentation. And these statements, these statements, printf and j is equal to j plus 1, they belong to the inner loop. Now after printing 1, the control will come to this, the inner loop will break, I is equal to I plus 1, value of I will become 2, j will be reinitialized, because we will be counting the number of columns again. So j will be reinitialized with 1. Print /n will simply switch to the next line, so that 2 is printed on the next line. Now it will go at the beginning of the outer loop. Value of I now is 2, condition is 2, 2 is less than 5, j is again 1, so j is less than or equal to 2, value of I is 2. So this loop will be executed 2 times. Print I. What is the value of I? 2. This 2 will be printed. J is equal to j plus 1. Value of j will become 2. Now this is end of the inner loop. It will go up and check the condition of the end of the inner loop, and this will go up and check the condition of the inner loop. J is less than or equal to I. Yes, condition is again true, because value of j is 2, that of I is also 2. So 2 will be printed again. This 2 will be printed. Now value of j will become 3. It will go up. Condition of the inner loop will become false. Inner loop will break. It will come to this place. Now value of I will become 3. J will be reinitialized with 1. Print /n will switch to the next line. Again it will go up. I is less than or equal to 5. Condition is 2, because value of I is 3, that of which is of course less than 5. Again it will come to this place. Value of j has been reinitialized with 1. J is less than or equal to I. Now value of I is 3, j is 1, condition is 2. So what is the value of I? Value of I is 3. So this 3 will be printed, the first 3 at the third row and first column. Then j is equal to j plus 1. Value of j will become 2. Again it will go up at the beginning of the inner loop. 2 is less than 3, condition is 2. Again value of I, which is 3, that will be printed. This 3 will be printed. Third row, second column. J will become 3. Again it will go up. J is less than or equal to j is 3, I is 3, condition is again true. I will be printed, and this I means current value is 3, that will be printed. And then j is equal to j plus 1 will make the value of j 4. It will go up. J is 4, I is 3, condition is false, loop will break. And this will go on like this. You can check out the other 2 rows also, and you can see how does it work. Now before closing this lecture, let me tell you, I have not explained about this end. End is a parameter. First let me tell you, print in Python, each print prints at the next line, but when I am printing some particular numbers on the same row, in order to remain at the same row, end is a parameter, built-in parameter of Python, and by default its value is /n, that is next line. But I just want to give space, like these spaces between the numbers in the same row. So I would write end is equal to, so it will prevent this print to switch to the next line, rather it will remain on the same line. When we are supposed to go to the next row, then explicitly I would write print /n. So this program is very interesting. You can write it and you can check it yourself.